Hi everyone, Jan is here, and in this video, as usual, I will share with you my trading results for this week and also technical analysis, my view on movements for gold this coming week. So this is the result for this week, which end up on my main account is slightly over $5,000. As you can see, guys, just want to show you the custom period. So you can see that's starting from 1st of July, and as you can see, the number hasn't changed. That's the result, and I have nothing floating at this moment, and on this account I was using again my EA with manual entry points, which I was sending as usual to my Telegram channel. I'm showing it to you again, guys, which is Jana FX, and the only official channel I have at Telegram, where if you would like, you can follow my trades. Here, as you can see, all these trades closed out with profits. I think we had one trade which was in recovery and completely recovered, and all other ones closed out quite alright. This week was not many trades I sent because, guys, it's summertime and I'm not sending many signals because I do take manually 1 or 2 trades a day. And also, of course, here I was using the other setting on my EA, which has automatic entry points. Okay, so using exactly the same system, except the entry point, manual entry points, where I'm sending also to you guys in Telegram, and also automatic entry points on this account. As you can see, I have closed out, nothing is floating, so it was a really good result this week. And another account, as usual, I'm sharing with you is the our cent account, remember, guys, with Forex, and this one completely automatic entry points. Okay, the same my strategy, but with automatic entry points. I'm just repeating myself because if you're watching for the first time, this is the test account. It's a real account, but it's a cent account, which I started with $490, and I'm applying the EA with completely fully automatic trading. Okay, so there are no manual entry points. And here I want to show you also this week results. So you see from 1st of July, and as you can see, guys, it's 683 cents, so lots of trades it took, and which is what, about $6. Okay, and as you can see here, we have nothing floating at all. So I again, when there was no any floating open positions anymore, it's closed out, I just switched it off for end of the Friday, so didn't let it to continue to place new trades. Okay, so yeah, guys, continue going into July now, and we will see how it will perform. Just want to do a bit more trades before the feature in the CA will be available for rent if you are looking into the fully automatic strategy. But once again, guys, there is no way I can tell about money management, because at this moment it is either make it or lose it all. So it is what it is. That's why I suggest, if you would want to follow something like this, the system, the EA, I will put it on one of the social sites. I already put on one, but I just need to check out a bit more before I will tell you where it is. So it would be possible to copy the trades, which I'm not sure, because it's scalping, but it's not as aggressive scalping. Okay, so it's not like taken by few pips and it needs few seconds. No, so it's quite possibly would be possible to copy it, because you know some of the EAs, they're scalping very fast. It's not possible to do so because it could be slow. So we will see. But at this moment, like I told you guys, I still want to test it a little bit more, but it's better, of course, the longer it runs, the more data we will have. But anyway, at this moment it's still working alright, but we still didn't go through July and August, of course. Okay, so now let's have a look what to possibly expect this coming week with gold. Okay, so my technical analysis overview for this week. So what do we have? It is a 4-hour chart, so that's our week, and this was previous week. So what we can see here is the gold is kind of in a range, right? Gone a little bit flat, and pretty much in the same area, didn't break our 1931 area, just tried to break it a few times, just did the pins, but didn't go any further, and at the same time it didn't go any down, right? We had the previous bottom the previous week, but this week we can see that the bottom is higher, which is one of the signs of possible reverse, right? But we have top, which is the same height as the previous one, so around 1931. As you can see, guys, I pointed out this orange area, and it's at this moment, that's what I was telling you, that first I wanted to see if it want to go higher the previous top and then create a higher bottom. Then I would be more towards changing the reversing, okay, model. But it didn't create us higher top, but decided to just go for higher bottom. That's why we ended up is actually a little bit in a triangle, right? So as you can see, we have two bottoms and we have now two tops, and this movement at this moment is quite hard to predict where it can go, right? Because it's in the triangle area. So now we are creating a pattern, but of course when it will come out from this pattern, it should be a good move. But which way, of course, which direction it will continue to move, that's the question. So of course so the technical view is we are creating a triangle, looking at that point, right? So here you see, compared to previous 2 weeks where the price was pretty much on the same level, this time we have a price a little bit higher, and again creating this green candle with this pin up there. So that gives me a little bit more information that I would be expecting it continue to go up, okay? And also the bottoms are, one bottom is higher than the previous one. So yes, I would say that I will be looking at a possible movement up, and finally taking 1931. But we do have here another level, right, which is like a small narrow downtrend channel, and so quite possibly it could break out, maybe go a little bit higher and then come back and stay above 1931, maybe in this area, before next movement, what to decide to do next. Because of course it might go higher, take these stops, but not go any more higher, and then just turn around and come back inside our triangle. So technically looking at if there would be that a possible breakout, having a higher one and then coming back, then I would be thinking that we should continue in this. It might go down a little bit more inside, and then continue drop, okay? So continue further down. So on the other hand, for example, here it might go a little bit again and then go down a little bit more inside the triangle, right? So create like another little top, maybe break a little bit higher but not too high, then go further down, then try to break down, give us like another pin, and then turn around, jump back in, and then continue the way up, and then try to go to 1970 where we have all of these tops, and who knows, might even go even higher. So here we have more tops, right? So around 1983. So that's what the possibilities I can see here. And of course it can go break out, go higher, then come back here and break out from the triangle and go further down to possibly 1869 where we do have our open gap, right? And maybe it will be trying to close it. So that's what technically I would say at this moment. I would see the sitting in this triangle where we have two tops, two bottoms, so that's why third one can be breakout or fake out, okay? So it could either break this top and then continue higher, or break it, come back, and go down. At the same time, it might just create, if it will not go high and will not break it and make the pin or anything else, it just slowly will go up and then come back here, then I would be looking if it could, again, I'm just repeating myself, break out and then turn around and shoot up. So basically I'm looking at coming out from this area. It could either go higher to 1970 and even higher, but below still 2000, or go down to 1869 where we do have open gap. Okay, so that's how I would be looking at this technically. We're still in the downtrend, but we do have a mix signals here because of this double bottom, which is the previous higher than the low, but the top was not broken, the top was not higher here. That's why we have mix and uncertainty. So this is technical picture is 50-50, right? Can go either way from that triangle. So now if we will be thinking about the fundamental, what we will have this month interest rate decision, and we also will have inflation data, which is going to be this week. And we had non-farm last week, right? And we had some other news which were better for dollar, but non-farm was worse. And we do know, so that's how the gold, you see, took an advantage and actually moved up. And on one hand, we do know that they still saying about increasing interest rates, right? So that means to me that still gold should continue the way down, and also they're promising another interest rate increase, right? So twice this year, so one possibly in July and the other one possibly wherever in September, something like this. So that's why in my view, if we'll be looking at this, and if the market didn't already decided to take it into account but still waiting for that, will they do anything about the interest rates in July? So before that there will be not much of the big moves, okay? So they could possibly, so we have 2 weeks nearly, right? Well, okay, the next week, this week, we will have the inflation data, which can make influence, right, the market, which could be a big move. And at the same time, the week after, it would be what, 27 for something, 26, 27, somewhere those dates, 20, well, end of the month anyway. I think it's going to be Wednesday, Thursday possibly, because usually FOMC is on Thursdays. So that's if they're going to do increase interest rates, then possibly. So for example, if the inflation would go with the increase of interest rates, then I would say we will see probably coming out from this with inflation, wherever it will go down, and then interest rates, and it will continue the way down. Okay, so that would be the fundamental. If of course, let's say inflation would be something which will push gold maybe the other way around, and then with interest rates wherever they decide, so yes, the gold might go higher and then slow down, like maybe not that much, or somewhere higher. It can stop anywhere it wants. Yes, we do have those levels, but it still can choose wherever it wants to stop because it's gold. But of course, if the inflation will move market one direction, then of course it will slow down, wait, and then it will be what's the interest rate change. Okay, will change the direction. So that's how I see it as a possible with the news coming out. Okay, guys, so that's at this moment, as I'm saying, just looking at it as a triangle, and then whatever the news, whichever way they're gonna push the price. Okay, so at this moment I will not be talking a long term, like going for longs, for keeping it, or go for shorts and keeping it for too long, because it's a little bit of mix. Except I'm still bearish for gold because of what the Fed is planning to do with the interest rates. Okay, and of course need to bear in mind if there is anything else happens unpredictable. At this moment there is nothing happening, so all the attention on FOMC, on inflation data, and coming out from this area, and possibly still staying in this range. I wouldn't still see going over 2000 anywhere, or going maybe until FOMC. I don't think the gold would want to go further down to 1869, wherever the inflation data will be. I think it might be just sit in the area, wherever, maybe go higher or a little bit lower, but the main movement with the interest rate decision possibly. Okay, so that's how I see it. So this week, looking out for this area of the triangle wherever from there it would want to go. But like I'm saying, guys, the only I'm expecting here to go in a little bit higher, because we're in a downtrend channel. It is still in there, but it's still looking for a bit of a correction, right? So a bit of a correction, and maybe because of this a bit bad numbers with non-farm, that opening of the market, and maybe before the next news I might see it might go a little bit higher for just a bit of a correction, taking advantage of those news, and then the next news might again change the direction. Okay, so and maybe it will go back in the same range, or maybe a little bit higher, sit in the range, or maybe go a little bit lower, sit in the range, but still in this 1970 wherever, maybe 1890 or 900 1900, so in this channel, okay, let's say the downtrend channel. So that's quite the possibility of what can happen, in my opinion, my view. But as you saw, guys, that pretty much mostly with my strategy I'm placing the orders both directions, so it's not really that important which way it would go, but that's just a little bit my ideas and view on the situation for you. Okay, so that's it for now, guys. Of course, happy trading, everyone, and I don't forget to like, subscribe, guys, and also write some comments if you have any questions, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye, everyone.